In this tutorial, I'll show you how this abstract render was created in 8 minutes. This is how the final scene looks like. There's no environment light in the scene, because there's a scaled cube blocking all lights. In this example, I have used the volume scatter node on the cube. We can leave the material as black, but I found the volume scatter node created better results for a low-light indoor scene like this one. I'm using cycles with 32 samples. There are 9 light objects in the scene. 7 area lights behind the walls, 1 above, and there's a point light inside the sphere. I have scaled the first area light, rotated it, and scaled it on the Z-axis to hide them behind the walls. The lights behind the wall were manually duplicated and moved, since the array modifier doesn't work on the light objects. The area light above the sphere serves as the primary light source for the mesh below. The lights have higher than usual power, because the scene is isolated inside a sphere that is using the volume scatter node. Only the area light above the sphere was blue, the rest of the area light objects were white. I'll show you how this mesh was created. I have created a cube, scaled it on the X and the Z axis like this. I moved it up, and used Ctrl+R to add a loop cut at the bottom. Please add a loop cut in edit mode. After that, I selected the newly created face and extruded it by typing E. Then I used the array modifier. The area light objects were arranged like this. I duplicated the light and placed above the sphere position like this, and scaled it. The area light was then rotated, and scaled on the Z-axis. Since we can't add a modifier to the light, I used Shift-D to duplicate them. There's also a background plane. Let's create a plane. In edit mode, type 2 to edge select. Select this edge and type E and Z to extrude on the Z-axis. Then I scaled the plane, and moved the bottom outer edge like this. I have used an icosphere to create the primary object. In edit mode, type 1 to vertex select. Select this vertex and press Shift-G to select outer vertices like this. Let's invert the selection, and press Ctrl, B, and V, as in Victor to bevel the vertices. Ctrl, 3, to subdivide. Right-click and shade Smooth to smooth the surface. Let's solidify the mesh. For the point light inside the sphere, I didn't add much power. Please try adding more than 1,000,000 in power to see what will happen. Since the scene is resting inside a volume scatter cube, adding a lot of power to the inner spotlight will create a great looking scene. I would turn off all the lights except the point light, if that is the case though. I'm using cycles with 32 samples with the denoise composite nodes turned on. I'll show you how they were arranged. One by one, I'll show you all the materials and the light settings. These cubes are using an emission shader. Here are the light settings in detail. This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.